ourselves.
My Lords, I rise to speak in support of Amendment 5, also tabled by the Noble Baroness Chakrabarti. During committee stage, a comprehensive debate took place during which different cases were made by distinguished lawyers across the House about the place of international law as it relates to our domestic lawmaking. Notwithstanding the different interpretations, I wish to reflect on the moral imperative for us to take seriously the commitments that we've made in past decades. Those commitments have value in themselves, but they've also come to define the country that we are and we aspire to be. And they're part of why we're trusted by much of the international community and held in high regard. Treaties such as the Refugee Convention and the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child set out clearly the rights of people who, due to their particular circumstances, may not be able to speak up for themselves. In many cases, this country has led the way in drafting the treaties named in the amendment, and we should be proud of our involvement in advocating for the rights of every single human being. Anything which affirms the conviction that we're all created in the image of God, worthy of value, dignity, and safety, should be commended. Ensuring that international treaties of this nature are taken seriously in this country and in this Parliament is especially important given much of the unfortunate rhetoric and misinformation present around the bill and last year's Nationality and Borders Act. Language matters, my Lord, and it forms perceptions, sometimes false perceptions. For example, we hear repeatedly that refugees should claim asylum in the first safe country they reach, even when the majority of refugees already do this, and even though the Refugee Convention makes no such obligation on people to claim asylum where they first find themselves. The Refugee Convention states, and I quote, "Protection is not a simple concession made to the refugee. He or she is not an object of assistance, but rather the subject of rights and duties. If we move away from this indisputable legal principle which underpins the human rights framework, not only will our reputation be at stake, but so too will the spiritual health of this nation."